up, YouTubers and viewers? This is the ATM Bobber Railroad, and we're going to be exploring the Baltimore and Ohio Pacific with Tyco system sound. This is built by Mantua. Information I'm going to be taking out of the box and show you up close. So here's it out of the main box. And the other step is to get it out of the styrofoam, but I use like a different kind of technique. There's the paperwork. I usually put the locomotive like this, and I put the styrofoam like around it, but I put the engine over. I put the styrofoam on the engine, then I lay it down on its side. Then I remove the styrofoam, and there we go. And this is a newer Mantua Pacific and has a different color blue, unlike the original, but underneath it has the black gear, 5 screws, and this is where the sound system is. Pick this one up so you'll see close. So here's the main power bogie, that's the area where the speaker's at. Here's the 5 screw on the bottom. This is newer Mantua because it has the black gear. And with the locomotive here, I have to figure out with the speaker system, and we're going to explore that later. But not later, we're going to be looking at the manual on how does the battery fit in. And here, this is how the speaker works in the tender for the steam sound effect. And this locomotive over here also is a 1983 built in April. But with the loco here, I'm going to be showing you how to get the battery in here. But I gotta position the camera 1 second. So here's the underside view. I'm going to be removing a couple screws to get access into the inside of the tender, but I'm going to be looking at the instructions in a second. Here I can give you in case you missed the last one. So here's the electronics inside. Here's the battery where it goes into the tender. Here's the wheels that connect to the power source, and here's the shell. But there's the battery. I have to gain access into here, but to remove it, I have to remove over 3 screws. There's 1 screw right here, and there's 2 of them on this side. So right after, I had to take it apart off camera with I remove the 3 screws on the bottom, and we're gonna open up the inside of the shell. Be very careful here. So here's the inside of the sound tender. The speaker is inside the tender here, but all I gotta do is I gotta put the 9-volt battery in here and just make a sound on the gear. So I'm wearing a 9-volt battery. I gotta cover up the logo. 1 second. So here's the battery. And it made sound, but I'll put the battery down here. And then I have to put everything back in, but I gotta do some standing up. 1 second. The battery's on here now. Everything in. What is in the battery in here? So, how much in here? So, careful. Should work. So, here. Battery goes on here. It's complex here. Put that here. Get it right here. Get it to me. It's gonna put this on here. Okay, like this. This is right on top. Here's one. And this will be up here. 3 screws in here, but I gotta go off camera again. I actually already know is the downfall, so this smaller gear that connects to this gear, which makes the sound, which goes to the circuit board and the speaker, it has an issue. Many times the smaller gear would make contact with this bigger gear, but it usually sometimes like misses because like with this complex like design, because this piece is actually attached to this part right here, which connects to the bottom screw. But if I turn it, sometimes this big gear doesn't spin is because the small one is slipping. But this piece right here, it's very complex. But with this unit, with this gear right here, trying to spin this one, it rarely just like makes a move, is because yeah, I'm not gonna be modifying this like with this plastic part here that connects to this gear and trying to connect to this gear here, is because this locomotive right here is over 40 years old. If I show in the manual again, here is 483. I'm not gonna be modifying this locomotive that's over like 40 years old with a speaker on it, because it's like some of the first miles that they ever had with this speaker. But I don't know what the history of these are, history with the speaker locos are. But with this case, I think sadly with this loco, I can't. And plus with this compact design of trying to put the battery and the circuit board in there, it's a little complex, but either way, since sadly I can't put this locomotive into the speaker run, I have an extra. After putting all the goodies back into the tender, I'm not gonna be running it with the batteries because it's just a little too complex. Just like fitting the battery in the circuit board and trying to put all the stuff in here without removing any wires. And since I'm not gonna be putting the battery in here again, is because this is a 40-year-old loco. I'm just gonna run it without it. But the other way to make it sound, I'm gonna borrow my Baltimore and Ohio sound box card. This is not a regular box card, but it has sound on it. But this is a single, like a single tab speakers, because with the Steam it's supposed to have like a triple sound, like 2 tabs, and it's supposed to make a Steam sound. But I'm gonna be using the Bray and the Bad Wheel box card, which has the sound feature in too. But I gotta remove the cover in this one. 1 second. But I reattached the tender to the logo. I'm not gonna be putting the battery in here again because I'm just gonna be leaving it how it is. But I'm gonna take apart the sound box card. 1 second. So with the box card, it requires like a few tabs to remove. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here is the speaker. That's where the battery pad is at. And here's the same mechanism that was used in the tender. But I gotta put the battery in here 1 second. There's the battery. Put this tight here, then I'm gonna close this back up. And the one thing I noticed is it's much more easier to fit like a battery here, since it's a much more wider body instead of putting in a smaller mechanism and the circuit board in the tender. So put this box right here. So all the tabs are closed. Now I'm gonna be running it with the loco, since I can't put this one to use. But now for this one, I'm gonna put this one as the sound box card. But so before we run in with the train, I'm gonna be testing out the loco with my transformer. This is the main one that runs for this track right here. It runs enough backwards. Needs lubrication because this has never been lubricated. But I'm just gonna leave it as is, because I'm gonna be putting this engine back in the box, because this is my first time exploring a sound loco. But now I'm gonna be putting the rest of the cars So now I'm gonna add the box cover, but I gotta bring it forward. Disconnect the coaches. This is the 4-card set, but with this card here, this is sold separately for Tyco. But put this on here, and the coaches, and then we're gonna give it a rolled out or a run by. So this is all for the Baltimore, Ohio with the sounds. For my rating with this loco, I would have to give this loco possibly a 3.5. If it was a 5 out of 5, the speaker would work, and it would not be like complex, but sadly I can't get it to put in. But with this loco, it's a good running loco, and with the sound in the box play, it just gives it that extra chug in it. But since with the speaker, that's all I'm going to be reviewing for today, and hopefully you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next review. See you later, and ATM Bobber.